Loved you when the truth felt distant, when your smile didn't reach your eyes. I loved you when your stories changed, and I still didn't ask you why. I watched you turn your screen away, like my love was something to hide. Not pretending not to notice, so I wouldn't lose you that night. I became the girl who forgives too fast, just to keep you close. I held on to you, trust me, even when it hurt the most. I loved you through the lies, through the missing pieces of your heart, through the nights you said you needed space, but you were tearing me apart. I loved you through the lies, like love can make you true, and I hate myself for believing that honesty would come from you. You made me feel crazy for asking for the bare minimum of love. You called my tears unnecessary, like pain was something I made up. I stayed quiet when I was breaking, 'cause you hated when I spoke, and I learned how to smile in public while my soul was learning to choke. I kept rewriting every red flag into something I could hold. I kept calling it a hard time when it was your heart turning cold. I loved you through the lies, through the missing pieces of your heart, through the nights you said you needed space, but you were tearing me apart. I loved you through the lies, like love could make it true, and I hate myself for believing that honesty would come from you. And maybe you never meant to ruin me, maybe you just didn't care, but you let me fall in love alone while you were halfway there. You fed me crumbs and called it effort, you held my hand and let it go, and I kept begging for a love you never wanted to show. I loved you through the lies, until my heart forgot its worth, until I started thinking I deserve to be heard. I loved you through the lies, till the truth finally broke through. Now I'm learning how to live again without the damage you made me do. I don't miss you like a soulmate, I miss you like a wound, like something that keeps aching even when it's not brand new. But one day I'll stop shaking when I hear your name in songs, 'cause I loved you through the lies, but I won't love you for that long. I cried in a room full of sunlight, like the day didn't know I was hurt. I smiled at the people who asked me, while my chest felt heavy with dirt. I kept your name in my throat, so no one would hear it shake, and I wore my heart break like makeup, so I didn't have to explain. 'Cause it's hard to admit you can love someone deeply and still be left behind. I cried for love that died while you were still breathing near. I cried for the forever that disappeared year by year. I cried for the girl I was when I believed in your eyes. I cried for love that died, and you didn't even try. I cried in the middle of midnight with my phone in my trembling hand, scrolling through old conversations conversations trying to understand how you went from I need you to I don't have time. How your heart became a stranger while mine still called you mine. I blame myself for your distance, like love was something I broke, but you were already letting go while I was still full of hope. I cried for love that died while you were still breathing near. I cried for love forever that disappeared year by year. I cried for the girl I was when I believed in your eyes. I cried for love that died and you didn't even try. And maybe you didn't mean to ruin me, maybe you just grew cold, but you should have said you were leaving before my heart got sold. Cause silence is a slow destruction, it kills without a sound. And I stayed loyal to your absence till it buried me in the ground. I cried for love that died, for the plans we never made, for the mornings I woke up lonely, even when you said you stayed. I cried for every excuse I accepted as your truth. I cried for love that died, and it took my sweetest you. Now I don't cry like I did before, but the scar still knows your name. Some loves don't end with closure, they end with quiet pain. And if you ever wonder why my eyes don't light up anymore, it's cause I cried for love that died till I had nothing left to pour. It wasn't loud, it wasn't cruel, it didn't come with goodbye. It was the way you held your phone and wouldn't meet my eyes. It was the silence in your I love you, like you were reading lines. And I felt my heart start panicking before my mind could realize. I asked you if you were okay, you said you were just tired, but I could feel it in the room, something in you expired. It was the night you stopped loving me, and I still remember every breath. You were sitting right beside my body, but your soul had already left. I kept talking like it mattered, trying not to fall apart, but you were gone while you were with me, and that broke my whole heart. You didn't touch me like before, you didn't pull me close. You looked at me like I was someone you almost used to know. And every second felt like losing you, but you refused to say. So I kept smiling through the pain, begging time to make you stay. I searched for love in little things, a glance, a word, a sign, but you gave me empty hands and I still called it mine. It was the night you stopped loving me, and I still remember every breath. You were sitting right beside my body, but your soul had already left. I kept talking like it mattered, trying not to fall apart, but you were gone while you were with me, and that broke my whole heart. And I hate that I knew it before you ever confessed. I felt it in the distance between my head and your chest. I felt it in the way you kissed me, like it was something you owed. And I cried in the bathroom quietly, so you wouldn't feel alone. It was the night you stopped loving me, and I held on anyway. I was still building us a future while you were walking away. I didn't need a perfect ending, I just needed you to be true. But you let me love you fully while you slowly outgrew. Now I replay that night in my head like a scene I can't erase, cause that was when I lost your heart without losing your face. And I'll never forget the moment when my world stopped feeling safe, the night you stopped loving me, and I learned how love can change. Used to sleep with soft breathing, no storms inside my chest. I used to laugh without checking if happiness was too much. But loving you changed the weather in every corner of my mind. I started counting every silence like it was a warning sign. I tried to love you gently, but you loved me like a test, and I kept failing just to earn a little rest. You took my peace away and called it love. You made my heart feel guilty for needing enough. I started shaking at the quiet, I started fearing every change. You took my peace away, and I'll never be the same. I learned to read your moods before you even spoke. I learned to hold my tears back so you wouldn't turn them into jokes. I stopped telling you my dreams, 'cause you'd crush them like they're small. And I kept lowering my standards just to keep you from letting go. I kept trying to be easy, to not make you run, but I was drowning in your chaos while you called it fun. You took my peace away and called it love. You made my heart feel guilty for needing enough. I started shaking at the quiet, I started fearing every change. You took my peace away, and I will never be the same. And it wasn't only what you did, it was what you didn't do. The comfort you never gave me, the truths you never told me to. You made me question my own feelings, like I was always wrong. And now my mind replays your damage like a broken, endless song. You took my peace away and left me with noise, with overthinking mornings and restless, lonely nights. Now even love feels dangerous, like it's built to make me pay. You took my peace away, but I'm learning to take it back someday. I miss who I was before, a girl who trusted her own heart and didn't beg for more. So if you ever ask what you stole, it wasn't just my love to keep. You took my peace away, and even now it's hard to sleep. I waited with my phone on silent, but my heart stayed loud. I waited like your absence was just a passing cloud. I told myself he's busy, like that could ease the ache, while every hour without your voice was another piece that break. I kept your name in my prayers, even when you didn't call. I kept my love in little boxes so it wouldn't spill and fall. And every time the doorbell rang, I thought it might be you, but it was always just the world reminding me what's true. I didn't wanna seem dramatic, so I learned to hurt in grace. But the silence you kept giving started taking up my space. I waited for a love that left while I was still holding on. I waited through the empty nights till my hope was almost gone. I waited like your heart would return, like you'd remember what we were. But I was loving a memory, and you were loving someone new. Through the way you changed the subject when I asked you to stay. I became the girl who apologizes for needing to be loved. I became the girl who stays too long when it's never enough. I watched you slowly stop trying, like effort was a crime. And I kept giving you my patience like I had endless time. I learned to smile through the hurting, so no one knew the truth, that I was breaking in the quiet over someone I couldn't lose. You didn't have to scream goodbye to make it real for me. You just stopped showing up and let my heart believe. I waited for a love that left while I was still holding on. I waited through the empty nights till my hope was almost gone. I waited like your heart would return, like you'd remember what we were. But I was loving a memory, and you were loving someone newer. And it's crazy how abandonment can wear a gentle face, how you can say you care for me, then disappear without a trace. You didn't break me in one moment, you broke me slowly day by day. You taught me how to miss someone who chose to walk away. I waited until my heart got tired, until my tears ran dry, until I realized I was dying in every little lie. And still I blame myself for losing you, like I didn't love enough, when the truth is you were never mine, you were just passing through my love. I waited for a love that left, and I hate that I stayed true. I kept a place for you in my life where you made one without me too. I waited till my heart grew quiet, till it couldn't beg a chase. Now I'm learning how to breathe again in the space you wouldn't take. I don't miss you like a soulmate, I miss you like a wound, like something that still hurts sometimes when the night comes too soon. But I won't wait forever for a love that doesn't choose. I waited for a love that left, now I'm leaving too. I loved you in the quiet corners when no one knew your name. I memorized your breathing like it was mine to claim. But every time the world got close, you pulled your hand away, like loving me was dangerous, like I was something you can't say. I became your hidden comfort, your midnight, your day, the girl you ran to when you hurt, then locked back up away. And I kept calling it private, like that word could make it sweet. But deep inside I always knew I was the love you wouldn't keep. You kissed me like you meant it, then erased me like a mistake. And I stayed still starving for the love you wouldn't take. My heart was your secret, something you only touched in the dark. You held me close in silence, but never claimed me with your heart. I was your hidden heaven, your temporary escape. My heart was your secret, and you didn't even feel ashamed. I watched you smile in public like you like I was nothing, while my whole world said your name. And every time I try to ask you, oh, will you tell me true, you change the subject softly, like my tears were bothering you. I started hating mirrors, cause it looked so small in them. A girl who gave her whole love to a man who gave her when. And I kept waiting for the moment you'd finally choose me loud, but you loved me like a shadow, and I hated how I bowed. I tried to be understanding, I tried to not complain, but I was bleeding quietly from loving you in chains. My heart was your secret, something you only touched in the dark. You held me close in silence, but never claimed me with your heart. I was your hidden heaven, your temporary escape. My heart was your secret, and you didn't even feel ashamed. To keep you from running away, I made myself invisible so you'd have a reason to stay. But love isn't supposed to feel like hiding, like you're someone I should deny. If you truly loved me, you would have held me in the light, not in a lie. My heart was your secret, and I carried all the weight. I defended you to everyone while you kept me as a shame. I was the girl you needed, but never chose to keep. My heart was your secret, now I'm learning how to sleep. One day you'll miss the way I loved you, the way I stayed so true. But you don't get to hold my heart again in the dark like you used to do. Cause I deserve a love that's honest, a love that doesn't pretend. My heart was your secret, but it won't be yours again. You didn't leave with a suitcase, you didn't slam a door. You left in smaller moments that I couldn't ignore. You stopped asking how my day was, stopped saying I miss you first. And I kept drinking little sips of pain until it turned to thirst. I watched you fade right in front of me, like love can lose its color. And I kept trying to revive us like I was your only lover. I kept fixing what you broke in silence, I kept smiling through the cracks. But the more I tried to save us, the more you pulled away back. You made me feel dramatic for begging you to stay, but I was only asking for love you threw away. You left me in the middle of us, half loved and half alone, still holding on to promises you already turned to stone. You left me with your almost, with your maybe and your soon. You left me in the middle of us while you ran to something new. I learned to read your silence like it was a language too. Every pause became a warning, every breath felt overdue. I started shrinking in your presence so you wouldn't feel too close. I started blaming my own heart for wanting you the most. You kept me on the edge of losing, but never fully let me go. Like you liked the way I waited, like you needed to feel in control. And I hated how I loved you even when I knew it's wrong. Cause I still believed in us, even when you proved me gone. You didn't have to cheat to break me. You didn't have to lie. You only had to stop choosing me and watch my spirit die. You left me in the middle of us, half loved and half alone, still holding on to promises already turned to stone. You left me with your almost, with your maybe and your soon. You left me in the middle of us while you ran to something new. And I remember how I used to glow before you made me doubt, before I questioned every feeling, before I lost my sound. I used to trust my own heart. Now I flinch at love's approach, 'cause you taught me abandonment can happen while you're close. I stayed loyal to a version of you that only lived in my head. I loved a man who disappeared but still slept in my bed. And I kept holding on to ashes, trying to find a flame. But love can't live in one person and still keep its name. You left me in the middle of us, and I stayed there way too long. I kept hoping you would come back while you proved I didn't belong. Now I'm walking out of the ruins with my heart in trembling hands. You left me in the middle of us, but I'm finally leaving where you stand. One day you'll say you didn't mean it, that you never meant to hurt, but you left me in the middle of us. And that's the part that hurts the worst, 'cause I didn't lose you suddenly. I lost you little by little. You left me in the middle of us, and I survived the middle. I loved you like a lost song, playing softly in my chest, a melody I couldn't stop, even when it gave no rest. No one else could hear the echo, but it followed every day, like a haunting little harmony that refused to fade away. I kept you in my quiet places, in the cracks of all my smiles, in the way I stared at sunsets like they owed me back my trials. I loved you without permission, without safety, without proof, like my heart was made for falling and your love was made for lose. I tried to rewrite your silence into something I could hold, but you were never mine to keep. You were just a story told. I loved you like a lost song that I couldn't find again, like the chorus was my heartbeat and the verses were my pain. I kept singing through the damage till my voice turned into dust. I loved you like a lost song, and I broke on every note of us. You were beautiful in pieces, like a record full of cracks. You play love for a few minutes, then you'd leave and not come back. And I stay with my headphones on, pretending you were near, turning memories into music so I wouldn't face the fear. I memorized your smallest changes, the way your eyes would shift away, the way you'd say I'm fine too quickly, like you wanted me to stay. But love shouldn't feel like begging, like a prayer without a God. And I shouldn't have to earn you, like my heart was just a job. I kept calling it devotion, but it tasted like goodbye, 'cause 'cause I loved you with my whole soul, while you loved me just to try. I loved you like a lost song that I couldn't find again, like the chorus was my heartbeat and the verses were my pain. I kept singing through the damage till my voice turned into dust. I loved you like a lost song, and I broke on every note of us. And now every love song hurts me, 'cause it sounds like what we were. I hear your name in strangers' laughter, in the radio's soft blur, and sometimes I still reach for you, like my hands forgot the truth, that you were never meant to stay. You were just my wasted youth. I loved you when you were unsure. I loved you when you were cruel. I loved you when you were distant, and I called it being true. But the truth is I was drowning, and you watched me sink so slow, like my heart was just a background sound in the life you chose to grow. I loved you like a lost song, and I searched for you in time, like if I replayed the memories, you would finally be mine. But the ending never changed, babe, no matter how I tried. I loved you like a lost song, and I cried for what I died. Now I'm learning how to live again without your voice in my head. But some melodies don't disappear, they just sleep inside the bed. So if you ever hear a sadness in the way I sing too long, it's because I loved you like a lost song, and I'm still finding where I belong. Your goodbye didn't come like thunder, it came like cold air in my lungs, like a sentence with no warning, spoken soft but sharp as a gun. You didn't scream, you didn't shatter, you just looked at me inside, like loving me became a burden, and I was the last thing you tried. I remember how my hands were shaking, trying to hold on to your sleeve, like if I touched you one more second, you might remember how to kneel. But you were already somewhere else, already halfway out the door, and I stood there in our silence, like I didn't know love anymore. I kept asking why in my head, but you gave me nothing to blame. So I blamed myself for everything and carried all the shame. Your goodbye was my end, not my death, but something close. It killed the girl who trusted love and left behind a ghost. Your goodbye was my end, a slow collapse I couldn't hide. I watched my whole future burn the moment you said goodbye. I went home and stared at the ceiling, like it might explain the pain, like the universe would answer why you left me in the rain. I replayed every conversation, every laugh, every touch, looking for the exact second when I stopped being enough. I folded your shirts in the closet, like you come back and need them there. I kept your mug on the counter, like love could live in empty air. And the saddest part is knowing I still protected you from hate. I still defended what you did while my heart disintegrated. You didn't just take your love away, you took the safety in my skin. Now even happiness feels guilty, like it's cheating on my pain. Your goodbye was my end, not my death, but something close. It killed the girl who trusted love and left behind a ghost. Your goodbye was my end, a slow collapse I couldn't hide. I watched my whole future burn the moment you said goodbye. And I know people say be strong, like strength is easy to wear, but they didn't hear my heartbeat turning into pure despair. They didn't see me in the bathroom crying so I couldn't breathe, begging God to take the memory or give you back to me. I lost weight, I lost sleep, I lost the light behind my eyes. I lost my confidence in love and learned to smile in lies. Because you didn't just leave me, you left a crater in my chest. And I've been trying to build a home in a place that can't rest. Your goodbye was my end, and I'm still standing somehow, but I don't recognize the girl I'm looking at right now. Your goodbye was my end, and you'll never understand how one word from your mouth turned my whole life into sand. One day I'll love again, maybe, but not like I loved you. Not with blind faith, not with begging, not with my heart split in two. Because you taught me what it costs to love someone who pretends. Your goodbye was my end, and I'm learning how to begin again. I loved you with no return, like throwing flowers in the sea, like writing letters to the moon and begging it to answer me. I gave you all my gentleness, my patience and my pride, and you accepted every piece, like you were born to watch me try. I made a home inside your chaos, I cleaned the mess you never faced. I carried both our broken futures and called it love and called it fate. I loved you when you were unsure, I loved you when you were cold, I loved you when you disappeared, and still I let you hold. I kept believing in you someday, like someday wasn't just a lie. But every time I reach for you, you let my hope just die. I loved you with no return, no equal hands, no equal heart. I gave you all my brightest parts, you gave me dark. I loved you with no return, like love was meant to be unpaid. I kept pouring out my soul while you just watched it fade. I stayed through all your contradictions, through your care that felt like none, through every night you chose your silence over telling me you're done. I learned to read your mood like weather, to protect what's left of me. I learned to shrink my expectations so you wouldn't wanna leave. I stopped asking for the basics, like honesty, like time, like truth. I started calling pain normal and called your distance just you. And I hate how I defended you to friends who saw the signs, cause I was loyal to your potential while you were loyal to your lies. I tried to love you into loving me, like love could force a door, but you can't build a future future with someone who wants less and less and more. I loved you with no return, no equal hands, no equal heart. I gave you all my brightest parts, you gave me dark. I loved you with no return, like love was meant to be unpaid. I kept pouring out my soul while you just watched it fade. And maybe that's what hurts the deepest. Not that you left, not that you ran, but that you let me bleed for you and never held my hand. You watched me fight for something you didn't even want to save, and I called it being faithful, but it was being your slave. I was the girl who overloved, the girl who stayed too long, the girl who turned into a whisper just to keep you strong. And now my heart is tired from carrying you away. I loved you in no return, and that is my mistake. I loved you with no return, and I'm finally seeing clear. Love shouldn't feel like loneliness when someone's standing near. I loved you with no return, and I'm done begging to be chosen. I'm done building love alone with hands that are broken. So take your half love, take your comfort, take the way you use my light. I'll keep my heart, I'll keep my healing, I'll keep my life, because I loved you with no